Hello and welcome back to A Better World. This is your host Mitchell J. Rabin, and we're very glad that you're joining us again today. Today we're going to have another very interesting show. We've invited back Paulo Roberto Silva Souza, who is here from Brazil. He's a psychotherapist, environmentalist, and a leader of a spiritual community down there involved in the Daime work. And he has done a tremendous amount of work in this area and is going to be speaking about that today to us, and what it is, what the biological basis of it is, the psychological ramifications, and the spiritual awareness that can be cultivated through the experience of the Daime work. So the implications for all of this are really quite formidable. So you'll want to really pay close attention to what's being shared here by Paulo in this interview. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Well, you're very welcome,
It's
Mitchell.
great to have you back, my friend.
I'm very glad to be here again.
Good,
Yeah.
good. So if you would please we'll start right in with the Daime. And could you just give us, first of all, a definition of how is it named, the Daime?
Name?
The name, how is it named? How did it get that name?
The Daime.
The Daime,
Okay.
as in Daime.
Uh-huh. Well, in Amazonia today, Santo Daime has actually 42 names and is used by 64 Indian nations, more the people of the forest, the rubber tappers that came from another parts of the country 3 or 4 generations ago. So in Portuguese, Daime means give me. Like in Spanish, dame, or in Portuguese, daime, in English, give me. And the reason of this name is because when you drink, you are asking. You are asking for wisdom, you are asking for the holy light come to illuminate you, you are asking for a connection from the Creator. And that's why the name is Daime.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks. What is since you've been doing this for so long, there is some biological understanding or biochemical understanding that you have of how it is that it relates to the human body and brain. What do you know of what's going on?
Well, I have a kind of 2 references about this matter. The first reference would be Aldous Huxley, when he talks about another substances that are very similar to the Daime as entheogenics. And regarding to his definition, there is some biological change in the brain. I can feel that in myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to say that in English, but the nervous impulse that happens in the synapses process with the neurons, it seems that go more fast.
Mm-hmm.
You see, and there are kind of direct effects at the eye pupil.
Probably dilates.
And influence the visionary
Function.
function. You see, that's an opening, and this change in the brain creates like Huxley said, the doors of perception
Or washed.
open the doors of the perception from conscious to unconscious. But this is the psychological part that I will tell after. There is the Indian definition too that's very important.
What is that?
You see in their primal biology, they said that the Santo Daime is done by a vine and by the leaf of a plant, a bush. And they said that the force that we feel is in the vine. And the light that we see comes from the leaf. That has another effect about causing vomits.
I see.
Or strong evacuations like cleanings.
Pure. It's a purgative.
Yes, a purgative. And this is in the leaf, this property.
I see. And the psychoactive is in the vine. Is that what you're saying?
Psychoactive is in the vine and in the leaf or in both.
Both.
And both together creates that.
You use both
We
in
use that.
the drink that you make.
Yeah, remember, can I sing a little hymn?
Oh, please.
I shake and then I shake and then I shake everything that is. I call the vine, I call the leaf, I call the water to unite and come to show me.
Oh, that's
And
great. In fact,
we call the vine, the leaf,
Yeah.
and the water, and the fire, of course, representing our Father, the Son, to make the Santo Daime.
yes. Now, when you're reminding me, Paulo, that there is an entire ritual, ceremony that accompanies the drinking of the Daime.
Oh, of course.
And
This is
it's all centered around song. Really, it's all about music.
Yeah, song and a kind of structure of energy in the world that can create a magnetic field that and connections with God, whatever name it has, that brings spiritual protection.
Mm-hmm.
We feel like inside the mantle of the Celestial Mother. So we can open ourselves,
Yeah.
feeling safe.
Yes.
It's completely different from drug use that everybody feels crazy, out of control,
Right.
lost in the space, distant from themselves. No, it's not chaotic, it's cosmic. The ritual represents the cosmos, balance inside the world.
Mm-hmm.
And for instance, in Brazil, Santo Daime is legal, and his usage is highly recommended to be used only in rituals.
For religious purposes.
Only with religious purpose, because that's very interesting. If you use out of a ritual, you can have a so terrifying experience that maybe you never ever want to smell that again, not even drink it. It's a kind of a self-protection, it's
Yeah.
a self-defense. Santo Daime cannot be misused, because anybody that wants to do that, even like naive intentions, has a so bad experience that will never wants to repeat again.
Interesting. So
That's
there's
why it's used like almost 70 years in Amazonia, and never was smuggled or sold or trafficked or nothing. Okay.
so the intelligence of the plant itself kind of provides a safeguard
Yes.
to its proper use.
Yes, there's a lot of features like that in
Yeah.
that scale.
Yeah.
Another one is that you can never have, overdose of Santo Daime,
Oh, really?
because you throw up.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If you take too much, you're gonna throw up. There's
Sure.
always balancing
Sure.
the energy.
Sure.
So this is not something new. This is
No.
it was not invented in this century. We are dealing with a plant of power, with a plant of wisdom, a teaching plant that has been used 4,000 years.
4,000.
4,000
That's
years.
somehow documented,
in
or is that oral
Amazonia.
tradition?
Oral tradition, and from people to people. And it could be kind of archaeologically documented in the ceramic of the Marajoara Indians that used and they because many Indians, this is very beautiful. You should tape that one day in your show.
Uh-huh.
How the Indians, they draw in the sand of the bank of the river the other day of their work.
Mm-hmm.
They draw their visions in the sand. And it's very beautiful.
Through
drawing.
painting or words?
No,
or?
they just draw in the sand with a stick. Everything they saw. And they do in their ceramic too. And there is very old ceramic already with the visionary showed in there.
Yeah, right.
Drawing their patterns. You see.
Right. Wonderful, wonderful. You say that the tradition of using daime is some 4,000 or more years old. It's curious to me, in getting to know you and speaking and learning more and more about the daime and the works as you conduct it. On the one hand, it's totally indigenous to the Amazon people. And on the other, it seems that the role of the Virgin Mary and Jesus Christ are prominent. How do you
Well, I'm
account for
sorry
that?
to tell you that, Mitchell, but I'm kind of joking. But this is a very difficult question for me because I had a theory about that my experience showed the contrary. Well, my theory that Daime is an entheogenic substance. So, if a Brazilian Indian drinks the Daime, he will meet in his visionary experience, in his ecstasies
Okay, I got it.
experience about their gods.
Their particular expression of God.
If somebody in Japan do a work, they were gonna find some Shinto divinity entities, or that was my theory.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Okay.
But
But what really
one time I
happened?
did a work in Japan, and the man started to put his head on the table and he started to say Kiri Suto, Kiri Suto. And I said, what's the Kiri Suto? Christ. And it was his first time in his visionary he was seeing Jesus Christ. And another woman went to throw up outside in the garden, and then from the moon she said, Maria Sama, Maria Sama. And I said, who is Maria Sama? The Virgin Mary. And they have no Christian influence. All of them were Buddhist and Shinto. So that's why it's a difficult question for me to answer now. I'm researching about that. But somehow for me, it's the same question. Why a black man with the spiritual Afro tradition comes to the Amazon and drinks that and see old Jewish Hebrew religions about Abraham and Solomon and David? How you explain that? By Jung, by the collective
unconscious?
Maybe. But that wasn't happening.
Maybe it's like
See,
genetic.
in the fusion, see the Virgin Mary as the Great Mother. The Virgin Mary, not only the Mother of Jesus Christ, but the feminine face of God. The identification with Mother Nature, with the Celestial Mother. You see only one entity.
Yeah.
But represented in many, many faces,
Yes.
regarding to each culture, each ethnic people, you see.
Yeah. I would have had your same theory. I mean, that is what
For
makes sense to me.
My second theory now,
Yeah.
it's about the Christ presence in the Daime. There's a redemption force there, the kind of resurrection force. And what comes to us is like the light of Christianity comes to us. It's in a completely different way from Catholics or from, how you say, the other Protestants. I love and I respect very much all those religions, of course, but I must say that it's very different.
Yeah.
Because it's a Jesus Christ that comes from nature, it comes from the sun. You see. He is in the sun.
Now,
It's
are the
different.
songs?
The Virgin Mary, you see, doesn't come from Israel or from the Vatican. She's the mother of she's the forest. You know, it's another kind of cosmic references, but with the Christian presence.
Yes. So you must have been, you've experienced this yourself directly.
Oh, directly in my visionary experience, of course. Of course.
So you must have been
Because
very surprised. I mean,
Yeah.
besides the Japanese and the Africans.
Yes, because it comes to ourselves what do you say, like the presence of the Master. You see, comes inside, and Jesus Christ as a Master teacher, a Master healer, a great shaman.
And it's just part of the whole cosmic joke that Jesus Christ would show up in the Amazon, in a sense.
And Saint John the Baptist, mother-in-law, he channeled the force of Saint John the Baptist. the voice of the desert,
Mm.
in the forest. You see? And he doesn't know how to read, he doesn't know how to write, and he talks so many passages of the Bible.
Incredible.
That makes a famous theologist from the Vatican came to the forest to see him and to investigate what was going on. And he offered the Daime to him.
So where did the songs come from?
The songs are not written, the songs are not composed, the songs are not imagination. They come from the visionary experience. When
Of
you are
people,
in a visionary
yeah.
experience, there is a moment that you start to hear music with the letter. You start to listen somebody singing, a voice singing, and it's so compulsive that you start to sing too. And then when you start to sing, you start to memorize that, and then you receive it a hymn.
The music I've heard is so beautiful, Paulo.
Uh-huh.
It's just so beautiful. Is it the same music and the same lyrics every time you do a Daime work?
It can change. We have more than 1,000 songs.
Really?
Yeah, so it changes from work to work. Yeah.
I see.
And maybe in the end of the interview, I like to sing The Shine of the Sun.
Oh, please do. Love that. That would be great. So what are the changes that you see go on in people as you do the work around the world?
I see like awakening process. You see, how you say that? Many people, they pay so much attention to outside, but they don't pay attention to their internal processes. So basically, what I see happening in the Santo Daime rituals, it is my old therapist's dream. See naturally, spontaneously, and conscious become conscious. It's not only my dream, but it was Freud's dream too.
Yeah.
Old therapy means that when inconscious become conscious. In the Santo Daime, I see that happen sometime like conscience penetrated in conscience. It's like you go in with a torch in your hand, illuminating inside of your personality. Yeah. And then there is like your ego levels that are there, that your daily thoughts. You see, but this is something that you can just stay there, walking in circles, telling to yourself what you're already tired about knowing. It's important to go to the unknown inside of you. It's important to transcend the borders of the ego, and then go to subconscious and unconscious levels where there is the primal cosmic self. Then you get, and this is an awakening process. Through the intensity of perception, the awareness expands, enlarges the horizons. And then there's a force, the force of knowledge. And there's a way how to use it. Nobody drinks Santo Daime to be in this kind of force, to have fun or be, no, we use that for self-knowledge. We use that force of perception to understand who we are, where we came from, where are we going, what are we doing of our lives. These are general questions for individual and invisible answers. You see, you can even write the questions to everybody, but the answer in the Santo Daime, each one needs to discover by itself. That's our main quality in this case. We don't have a guru. We respect all gurus and all leaders, spirituals or whatever, whoever, but in our case we don't need. I don't need, even I am a leader, but I don't need to teach nobody about anything. I don't need to convince nobody about anything. I just offer in Brazil, I do my works, I offer a drink of Daime, and people sees bites. Because in this level, all of us are equal. In this level, nobody's better than nobody, and nobody's worse than nobody. All of us are sons and daughters of the same sun and the same moon. And all of us, we have the right, religious right, to meet our cosmic father, to meet our cosmic mother inside of ourselves.
Beautiful, beautiful. Isn't that the truth? On the level of the entheogenic, which of course is the theos of God in a plant, this intelligence, as it speaks to us through the Daime, would you describe more on the spiritual level? You just kind of really beautifully put the psychological level. What's going on? We're meeting the cosmic mother and father.
On the spiritual level, that for me is the religious level, and I mean religion as the reconnection with God. This is the Christic presence. It's the voice of the Master. You see, I don't want to convince nobody, as I said, but I can affirm that Jesus Christ is inside each one. Mainly if people knows or not. But it is. The Christic presence. You see the great tongue of fire, the sun, is inside each one as life.
Now this is really a discovery that you made through the Daime work yourself.
Through my visionary experience.
Not through your upbringing and all of that.
This is when we reach a level of awareness that we can experience the oneness. I am you. We are them. Them are us.
That's right.
Is the same presence as life. See, there's a level of awareness that we go with Santo Daime, mainly when we reach our top chakra and we make the birth action and make a communion, sacred communion with the universe, we feel oneness. And this for me is the Christic presence. And we call the inner voice, the voice of wisdom. That's why in the Santo Daime it's very important to interrupt your thoughts. If you drink Santo Daime, you keep thinking about many things. Sometimes comes the voice of the wisdom, the voice of the Master, the voice of the Christic presence, and you don't hear because you're very busy thinking about many things of Monday, week, Friday, and you lost it. So it's very important to have a kind of your mind like a Zen garden, very silent, very quiet. Then you can go to another levels, and go to the emptiness because everything's there, even the voice of our Master. That for us is Jesus Christ. For us, the Daime is the promised consoler, is the spirit of the truth. You see, can I sing a little one?
Please. Anytime.
Let me try to. Let me see. To enter in the path of the holy light, one needs courage and to believe in Jesus when he says, I will never let you down, and I will send to you the spirit of the truth. When he says, I will never let you down, and I'll send to you the spirit of the truth. Praise it be, promised consoler, sacramented in this holy drink. It is the presence of the star of the Orient, is the resplendent Christ illuminating our lives. It is the presence of the star of the Orient, it is the resplendent Christ illuminating our life.
Bravo. Gracias. Obrigado. You know, it's just so funny sometimes, Paulo, to think that here are so many people for so many thousands of years involved in different kinds of sophisticated spiritual disciplines, practicing meditation, tantra, yoga, tai chi chuan, different kinds of arts of all sorts all over the world. And nature, God, impregnated certain kinds of plants with a message that is so powerful that it's right there. It's not that meditation isn't important. This is what I'm gathering from...
The same way, from a cell, a biocell, cloning the cell. People are producing chips today. Né?
Yeah.
All the universe is in a plant. And has
microcosm.
Been used, has been used by thousands and thousands of years by native cultures that has no books. They have no diskettes, but they have a CD-ROM plant that the whole cosmology is there.
Right there.
You drink that and it starts to pass in the screen of your mind everything about the sun, the moon, the stars, the identity, God, yin, yang, everything. For you to know yourself and recognize yourself as part of this universe and learn through the cosmic references how to be in balance.
Sure.
Integrated to all forces of nature and all forces of cosmos.
Sure.
So it doesn't come in a book, doesn't come even in a word, comes in a plan that you see by yourself.
Well, Terence McKenna taught me years ago that all religions really had shamanic roots. And the shamanic roots were literally plant roots. That the life of a shaman is really about his or her relationship to the earth and to nature.
Yes.
And from that root comes heaven.
Yes.
And
it's it's a pity that how you say the forces of the darkness, of the obscurantism, of the repression, like the Catholic Inquisition centuries ago, the repression of the magic. Unfortunately, because of that, we may be losing a very special opportunity about how Daime can be so healing and how Daime can be so helpful in the war on drugs. You see, the main healing feature of Santo Daime that we can affirm and prove is about healing cocaine use and alcohol use. And we are very excited about a project of research that we would like to do with the American University, for instance, to come to Brazil and to research Santo Daime with us, because we believe we have a very powerful weapon in our hands concerning the war on drugs. I affirm and I can prove that we can help maybe thousands and thousands of teenagers that at this right moment are destroying themselves in the streets, and sometimes to killing themselves in the schools.
Absolutely. So actually we should let people know that if there are any of you who are connected to a university or hospital or any institution that is interested in supporting this kind of research, there is enough really ample evidence that will show us that this is something very powerful, very potent way of dealing in a very therapeutic way, a very healing way with the war on drugs. So please get in touch with us. And you also want to do further research on the entire nature of the Daime. Is that correct?
Yes, after that,
its biochemical composition, its neurochemistry.
Yeah, that's it. We need to take the light from the back of the table, put over the table.
Absolutely.
Jesus Christ said that. We need to do that.
Wow, it's incredible. You're doing amazing work and
Thank you,
helping to change so many people's lives, Paulo, and
Thank you
just
very
really take my hat off to you. Absolutely. I hope you would, if you be kind enough to sing this song about
Okay.
stars and the sun and the moon
Okay.
in closing.
This song was received by Padrinho Sebastião, and my spiritual leader, the one who initiated me in the jungle 21 years ago, and he gave me this song, and this is my amulet. I am the shine of sun, I am the shine of moon, I am the shine of sun, I am the shine of moon. I give the shine to stars because they all follow me. I give the shine to stars because they all follow me. I am the shine of sun, I am the shine of moon, I am the shine of sun, I am the shine of moon. I give the shine to stars because they all follow me. I give the shine to stars because they all follow me. I am the shine of sea. I live in the wind. I am the shine of sea. I live in the wind. I shine in the forest because that belongs to me. I shine in the forest because that belongs to me. I am the shine of sea. I live in the wind. I am the shine of sea. I live in the wind. I shine in the forest because that belongs to me. I shine in the forest because that belongs to me.
God, yes. Affirming life. It is beautiful. So I just want to thank you again, Paulo, for being a guest on our show.
Oh, my friend.
Really special, and keep up the great work.
You're very welcome.
Absolutely. This is Mitchell J. Rabin for A Better World. Thanks so much for joining us. Give a call at 212-420-0800 if you'd like some more information, and I look forward to hearing you and seeing you next week.